When me and my boyfriend first moved in together, we were so naive. Obviously, we've been together for, at the time, 6 years, never lived together. Saw each other maybe once or twice a week for the entire 6 years of being together. We were 16 when we met, we're now 23. And about 9 months ago, we moved in together for the very first time. Let me tell you, when I put a certain video online, I got so much hate. I made a video saying these are basically house rules for my boyfriend. Obviously, it was a little bit dramatised, but I thought we could run through all the things that we'd kind of set as unspoken rules and spoken rules versus what we actually stuck to and what we didn't. Some people are going to say that's so controlling, that's too much. Other people are going to say, wow, like she lets him get away with so much, and vice versa. But everyone's relationship is different, guys. You can't judge, you don't know the full picture. But I just thought it would be funny to reflect on the things that we thought would work that actually didn't. Starting with the house chores. So essentially when we first moved into the house, hold on, let me grab my yogurt, I'm kind of hungry. Also, I apologise, the house is a mess. I was going to tidy up for the video, but I was like, oh, I just can't be arsed. So before we moved into the house, I always said, bins, not my job, I don't do the bins. And let me tell you now, we have stuck to that. I don't do the bins. I wholeheartedly believe bins are my boyfriend's job. I don't want to touch the bins, I don't want to smell the bins, I don't want to do the bins. They make me feel physically ill. So he just does the bins. I hate to say like blue and pink jobs because it seems a bit sexist, but the bins, that's his job, that's not my job. In terms of cleaning, we've actually really surprised each other. So I thought I was a good cleaner. Turns out I'm not. I hate cleaning. I'm a terrible fucking cleaner. He is actually the best cleaner, but it kind of works out. And this is the one thing that I got a lot of hate for at the very start when we moved in together. My biggest mistake was bringing it online. It got like 1 million views, I think, so I'm not gonna stay mad. Because it's my house, it isn't Kieran's house, he didn't buy it with me. He has put not a penny into this house. The only thing that he's put into the house is manual labour, time and effort, but in terms of financially, nothing. So even when he moved in, he wasn't really paying any of the bills. So in my head, I had thought, because he isn't paying the bills, he's gonna do more housework. But it turns out that wasn't really how it worked, because he was really busy with work every day. Even though we're not financially on the same level right now, that doesn't mean he's got any more free time than I do. So we still do kind of split the housework evenly, which at the start I was kind of struggling with, because in my head it felt like, oh, I'm paying for everything, I'm also cleaning the same amount. This is a lot and it was overwhelming. I haven't mentioned this on TikTok yet, so you guys are the first to know. He actually does now pay me more money and we kind of split things more 50-50 in a way that's fair. I feel like it was just a lot of responsibility and a lot of stress, and it was making me feel really, really down. But you have to have that chat of, are you going to pay 50-50? Are you going to split it proportionally to who earns the most income? But that was never the dynamic that we originally thought it was going to be. On to the second house rule, I guess. Giving each other warning if we were going to invite friends around. A lot of people had bad things to say about this. They were saying, oh, imagine living at home and you have to ask your partner for your friends to come round. Also, you have to take into consideration that I am disabled, I'm autistic, and people coming round into my personal space isn't something that I adapt well to. I feel like I need at least a few hours notice, preferably a day's notice. Like if you can just let me know, oh, I'm going to invite my friends round, I'm going to invite my mum and dad round, and I would be like, oh, okay, cool, like I'll organise my day around that, so then I can be like out of the way, or you know, I'm not stressing about people coming round into my space when I'm not expecting it. And vice versa, like we do the same, I do the same with him. I'll let him know like if my mum and dad are coming around at least a few hours in advance or even the day before. Luckily, we don't really invite people around. I think it's because the house isn't finished yet. We haven't really had friends around or a lot of family around yet, so that hasn't really been a big problem. Let me know if you think differently, but I think it is just basic respect to let your partner know if you want to invite somebody around. Because imagine like I was naked or something upstairs and he's invited his friends around and I'm walking around like, I don't know, I just need to know, you know? Another big one is if he's on a night out and he knows he's going to be getting back like really, really early, again, just like maybe give me a heads up, give me a warning, because I might be up early in the morning, and if he's going to be coming in at 3 AM when I'm up at 6 AM, that's kind of not, like that's not going to work, is it? So we let each other know when we're going out, what time we think we're going to be back, if we think it's going to be a late night or not, so then at least we're both aware. Like we wouldn't just go out on a whim, or like rarely, obviously we're not going to say no, but rarely, we never really go out on a whim and don't let each other know what time we're going to be back. We always let each other know and we keep each other updated throughout the night. One thing we don't have that a lot of people do have and agree with is trackers. We don't track each other, we don't feel the need to know precise locations. Maybe for safety we would think about it, but we usually just share our location on WhatsApp for an hour. We don't have each other tracked 24/7. Another thing we don't have that could be seen as potentially controversial, we don't have each other's iPhone passwords and we never look at each other's phones. I just don't feel the need to. And to me as well, my phone is like my private personal space. I have a lot of notes on there to do with my mental health, like my personal life, that I wouldn't necessarily want him to see. He's probably got the same, so we don't go on each other's phones. Obviously, if I ever did say, can I look through your phone, he would probably ask like why, but he wouldn't say no and he wouldn't be defensive about it. And it's not like he hides his phone. We've been together for 7 years, like we trust each other. If we didn't trust each other, we wouldn't be living together and we wouldn't be together. It's just not really, it's not really an issue. One thing I said that has completely gone out of the window is if you create the mess, you clean it up. I disagree with that. Can't believe I even said that. I feel like it's good to help each other out. For example, if somebody has spilt something or somebody has made a mess in one room because they're having a bad day, they're not having a good day, it is just kind to help out. Just because that person made the mess, if you can see that they're struggling and having a bad day, just clean it up for them, like just help them. It doesn't need to be, if you've made that mess, you clean it up. Same with, I said at the start, if you use something, you have to replace it. Maybe not replace it, but you just write it down, let us know, oh, we've run out of rice, we've run out of shampoo. I would be a bit pissed, like if I went into the toilet to have a shower and all the shampoo was used and nobody had let me know because then what the fuck am I going to wash my hair with? This is potentially going to be the most controversial one yet, and I'm a little bit scared to speak about it online. Not because I think there's anything wrong with it, because I know a lot of people that do the same and they've adapted the same. But basically, I have always been vegetarian since I was born, and I went vegan about 10 years ago. So I've always been vegetarian and vegan when I've been with my partner, and he knew that and he was fine with that. When I bought this house, and it might have been a different situation if we bought the house together, but when I bought this house, it was never the plan for him to move in straight away. I was going to live here for a while on my own first. That didn't end up happening. One of my biggest non-negotiables was that I don't want meat in the house. It's like a big, I don't know how to, like, obviously it isn't a religion, but it's a big spirituality thing for me, and it's one of my biggest morals in life. And I just wouldn't want to live in a house where there is meat. And I feel like that's a conversation you have to have with somebody, and he could have either said, this is not going to work, like we can't be together, we can't live together, I don't want to do that. But luckily he's so happy with it. He's happy to eat vegetarian in the house. He doesn't eat vegan, which is fine, like he has yogurt and cheese and milk and stuff, but he eats vegetarian. He eats the food that I cook. I'm not going to lie, Kieran, not to throw shade if you're watching this, but you're not the best cook. Let me tell you guys, he once made a lasagna. He didn't realise that you had to put the sauce on the lasagna sheets, so he put dry lasagna sheets in the oven. So obviously the lasagna sheets went crispy and burnt. And yeah, he's getting better at cooking, but yeah, at the start he was not that great. So it's mainly me that does the cooking. If that ever changed, I don't think we would be together. Being vegetarian in the house is like a big thing. And also if we had kids, again, controversial, but it's something that I'm fine with because I was brought up completely vegetarian, but I would also bring my kids up vegetarian. If that's not for you, that's fine, but it is for me, and it's not unhealthy. You can get all the vitamins you need from being vegetarian. Like I said, like I'm fine. So yeah, if you don't agree with it, you can just like keep the opinion to yourself, because we all bring our kids up in the way that we would want to bring our kids up. One of the rules that we definitely stick by is if somebody has cooked, the other person cleans up. Whoever hasn't done the cooking cleans up, and whoever is doing the cleaning doesn't cook. Because I feel like once you've cooked a whole meal, you then don't want to clean, because then the other person is just sat enjoying food. So yeah, when one person cooks, sorry, I think then, what day is it today? I think the neighbours are putting the bins out. Yeah, whoever cooks doesn't clean, and whoever cleans doesn't cook. We are easygoing. It's not like we have like a long list of rules. Same with chores. We don't have chores written down. We just see like if something is dirty, I'll clean that. Oh my god, one of my biggest bugbears though, and we've had this conversation so many fucking times, toilet roll. He will either leave me with an empty toilet roll, so it's just the cardboard, and not replace it, or he will leave them on the side and not carry them downstairs. And even worse, when I then spoke to him about this and said it's annoying as fuck, like can you just change the toilet roll and put the other one in the bin? Do you know what he started to do now? He started, instead of using the entire toilet roll, he'll leave me a piece this big on the roll so that it's not technically finished. So then I've got like that much to wipe with. So then I'm the one that has to then replace it and put it in the bin every single time. So I'm gonna bring that back up again because that is fucking annoying. My boyfriend luckily cleans his skids. Ugh, gross. I know a lot of people say that their boyfriend drives them insane by leaving skids. He actually doesn't. He cleans them up. Very grateful for that. He also never leaves the seat up, he always has the seat down, so yeah, he's winning with that one because that would annoy me to fuck. Imagine going to the toilet and the seat is up every single time. I don't want to touch the seat. What else? I'm trying to think, like, I don't know what else. I feel like that is everything. Oh no, the one thing that really annoys me, and this is probably me being really touchy, but it's when we're in bed at night time, we're about to go to sleep, I'll have my headphones in and he's next to me blaring stuff on his phone with no headphones, and I say to him, will you get some fucking headphones? And he's like, yeah, I get them from the shop. He never gets them. But that's probably me just being like, I just get really agitated. But yeah, I'm gonna get him some headphones for Christmas because it's so annoying. Again, maybe a little bit controversial, but going back to if we were going on a night out, say if I was up at 6 a.m. in the morning and he knew he was gonna be out until, I don't know, 3 a.m, but I really needed a good night's sleep because I had something important the next day, he would sleep out. Like, he would either go to his mum's house or a friend's house. He just wouldn't, or he would come in really quietly and sleep on the sofa. Like, he wouldn't come upstairs and wake me up if he knows I've got something important on the next day, which I think is just like basic respect. However, there have been a few times where we've both got maybe a little bit too drunk and we haven't stuck to that, and we've woke each other up and it's ended up in an argument. It happens though, when you move in with someone you're going to have arguments about things that you never thought you were going to be having arguments about. But to be fair, we've not argued that much. I feel like online people think we hate each other when we actually don't. I think it's just because we're not a cringy couple at all. I hate cringiness. We hate public display of affection, so you will never catch us on a video like being cute, and that's just not us, you know? So that's probably why people think we come across like we don't like each other or cold with each other. We're just, everything gives me the ick and everything cringes me out. When you've been in a relationship for 7 years, the dynamic changes so much anyway. You're not going to be in the honeymoon stage. But yeah, if you're moving out with your partner anytime soon, I don't know if this will help, but those were just some kind of house rules. I don't want to call it house rules because it's not house rules, but things that we spoke about to make sure that we don't argue and like we actually get on, because moving in with someone for the first time can be so difficult. You don't know, you've got all of these things that maybe you haven't spoken about, all of these things that I might do that irritate Karen and things that Karen does that will irritate me. You need to talk about these things before you move in, or else you probably are gonna argue. But yeah, let me know what kind of videos you want next. I'm gonna do some actual house renovation videos. I know that's what people want to watch. I just haven't done them in a while because they were taking so much effort and YouTube actually stopped paying me. They took away my I can't even say it. They took away my monetization, so I wasn't making any money. It just felt pointless. But now it's back, so I've started making a few sit-down videos, but I want to do some DIY videos, house videos, and I'm just so excited to get back into it. I'll see you in the next video.